children of the night.
Kill you! I've just seen death!
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
No, did we get bought off too?
We got bought by Doge. Sorry.
Hey, that guy's great, dude. He has the best dance moves I ever seen. Everybody says it.
I was trying to time it, the jack off beat
For
to the song. Yeah. Sort of got it. Sort of got it. Yeah.
That's what he would do, really.
That's what I was busy doing when when you were texting me. I'm like, hold on, I'm doing something important.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh man, it's been a long week, dude. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
How many friends have you lost on Instagram, do you think, from your postings lately? At least a few, right?
Sure. Probably, yeah. And I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
I think that everybody should think it's strange that me, the guy that doesn't really never post shit about that, and is now suddenly posting about that. Do you know?
Yeah. No, you surprised me as well. I had no idea that you were like so involved with that stuff and like you cared that much. Usually, like you don't really say too much about it.
That's the thing that I didn't, but I watch people. And I see something in this guy that's not cool. His words are not the same as his actions. And it seems like a lot of people just get fooled by the fucking words that he uses and certain tricks of just fucking using his words to manipulate people.
Yeah, he's always been that way.
Yeah, and that's the reason that I kind of just wanted it for myself. But every time I get a chance to do something stupid that he says, I'm just going to do it, I can't keep up, though.
There's too much.
There's too much.
And I'll get into why I think that is a strategy on his part. If anyone doesn't know what's going on, we've both just been like raging at each other all week about different stuff in the news. We're like, we should just do a show and get it off our chest and try to release some of this anger. By the way, I'm wearing my Bernie Sanders Luigi Mangione shirt. Bernie's he's all ready to go. He's all strapped up.
That's pretty sick.
And we're doing a rare daytime Macabrecast, so you can see all the shit around me. You can see one of my old paintings in the background next to some kitty litter. You can see my room in the background really far away. That's messy too.
Yeah, that's gonna be perfect. You
can see my beautiful kitty meowing at me today. Hi. My cat's finally feeling better after a month and a half of coughing and going back and forth to the vet and almost $4,000 in vet bills.
Fuck, man. Well, I'm glad your cat's better, but fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Now you have a different stress.
Yeah. And it's like going into what I assume are going to be some pretty rough times ahead to like suddenly have $4,000 missing from my account.
I don't think you're listening to the right.
All because of this little lady right here.
That's $4,000 smile.
$4,000 cat right there. She's worth it though. I don't care.
Yeah, cats are pretty cool.
I'm also going to be just so to keep on track of the show, I'm going to be giving you little bits of White House ghost stories here and there. It's
a little less scary with the background and all, but
that's the greatest ghost story of all. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
It never happened. Yeah. That's one of the stories that I want to cover is, they tease like we're going to release the Epstein reports, everybody. They're finally coming out. And then they just trolled everybody And first they posted a picture on the White House, official White House, of all these influencers walking out with the binders. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like a fuck you to everybody that actually cares about this stuff. Like, and then they posted a link to the Epstein files, and it ended up being a Rickroll. And it's like people, like, women were molested, kids were molested, and you're making a joke out of this? Like, this is bipartisan, but both sides care about what's on that report. I don't care if there's Democrats on it or Republicans. Whoever's on it, prosecute them if there's evidence.
Yeah.
And they're it's a Rickroll. Isn't that cute?
Hey, we're just like you guys. See, we're funny.
We know about the internet.
Yeah, we know stuff. Rickroll.
Rickrolls are great.
Got you.
And they're like, well, we need a little more time to redact Trump's name. I mean, to make sure everything's okay.
Make a couple edits. I mean, look through it a little more.
Yeah. The thing is like, if that report, if it'd come out during Trump's administration, like, it already would have been redacted, anything he didn't want in there.
Yeah.
And it didn't come out during Biden's, because if anything was in there that was Trump, it, like, so does it even exist or what?
Yeah, even I think when it does come out, it's just obviously going to be fucking heavily edited.
It's going to be one big Sharpie, just like, over the entire thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people on both sides were pissed off about that, as they should be. Meanwhile, you still have QAnon people saying that Tom Hanks is on the list, which was already been debunked 100 times over. Tom Hanks is a pure soul. You leave him the fuck alone.
Him and Jackie Chan, dude.
Him and Jackie Chan. I don't know. Jackie Chan's got some weird stuff about China in his past, but
does he?
I
thought he was an American hero.
Oh, he's
Never mind.
Yeah. So I came across this article here. There's this thing that's come out of the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And apparently it's an old news thing that came out from an ex-KGB agent who I'm sure you already heard about this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, it's ex-KGB agent came out and said that in 1987, Trump went to Moscow and was turned into a Russian agent, a Russian asset, basically to work towards it, and in return, got a bunch of deals, including a Trump hotel in Moscow. And he went by the code name Krasnov. So, like, this has been a rumor for a while that he's actually been in the pocket of Putin. And Trump's own book, The Art of the Deal, says that in September of 1986, Trump found himself seated next to Soviet Ambassador Yuri Dubinin at a luncheon hosted by Leonard Lauder, Estee Lauder's businessman's son. And Trump wrote that Dubinin's daughter, Natalia, had read about Trump Tower and knew all about it. It's basically about them trying to set up a Trump hotel in Russia. There's photos of Trump visiting with his wife in 1987, and they knew that he met with people. And this ex-KGB agent, Alnur Musayev, that he claimed that he was recruited by the KGB in 1987 and given the codename Krasnov. And so this has been floating around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Which is so funny that Trump keeps parroting these things about, they keep coming out with the Russia conspiracy. It never happened. They didn't find anything. Meanwhile, there's tons of evidence that he was connected with Russia and like doing stuff for Putin all along. But if it's the same Trump thing, like you say it enough times and it becomes true, which is an old thing that Hitler used to do, and Hitler's propaganda people.
Yeah, and if that's not suspicious, okay, pretend that's not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
He now chooses who gets to go to the White House as like to report on, like any reporters that are in the White House are the ones that he chose.
Yeah.
That's not suspicious. Okay.
That's classic fascism.
Yeah. And if they question him in a question that he doesn't like, he kicks him out. That's not suspicious. All right.
The one got kicked out for saying Gulf of Mexico, just saying Gulf of Mexico, and they got kicked out.
Yeah.
It's been the Gulf of Mexico for almost 500 years, people.
Yeah. Like, that's some petty shit, fool. Nobody really cares. The only reason we care now because this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah. It's all about controlling the narrative. You control which news corporations are allowed in there, and what they're allowed to report on.
There was did you see there was like some kind of congressman asking another one about Trump being a Russian asset, and he sort of like just gave examples. He's like he's lowering the cyber attack risks or whatever from
they just
Russia.
did that,
right, and he's also like working with them, and he's also like inviting them to the White House. It's like, can a U.S. president look any more like an asset while not being a Russian asset?
I
like
think
he's doing all the moves.
That same senator, he said something so brilliant. He said, if he was a Russian asset, would he be doing anything differently?
Yeah.
Which is the perfect way to put it, because he's doing exactly what the Kremlin wants him to do. Yeah.
And even if he thinks he's doing the right thing, there's plenty of people saying that he's not. He knows what he's doing, even though if he's using the excuse like, oh no, I didn't know, like he's not accidentally like you don't just accidentally build a house, right? You don't cut pieces of wood, fucking staple them together, like screw them together, then you have a roof and he's building the whole thing while acting like he's not,
And not only that, to use the same house analogy, the structure from the house has been going up for a couple of years now. Like you see these things coming out from that dickhead Tucker Carlson, where he goes to Russia and he's look how great the bread is. Look at this subway, people. This is amazing. Man, Russia's a great place.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what all this fuss is about, making it seem like Russia's a dictatorship, because it's awesome. I mean, you have shopping carts.
He's like, Putin gets voted every time. They know him.
They love him. I don't know how the guy wins so much, but he just keeps winning.
The people that don't vote for him, they die. So it kind of is sad for them,
Falling out of windows. They're so clumsy.
Yeah, they're clumsy. And they're clumsy because they don't vote for him. They're not smart.
Yeah. They're just confused. They don't vote the right way, and they walk by windows and they just banana peel.
Yeah, it just happens.
And like Tim Pool and all those guys, they find out they're being paid by Russia. It's like, man, you've been parroting Kremlin talking points for 2 years.
And then all of a sudden we hate Canada for, what the fuck?
We're turning every single one of our allies into enemies, and we're aligning ourselves with Russia and China. And like, all of a sudden it's so strange too, because Trump would go like, we got to do better than China. They have this, we got to do better than that. Meanwhile, he's aligning himself with them. He's aligning himself with all these dictators, and like going back to his first administration with the Rocket Man Kim Jong-un thing. And
why would you align yourself with a dictator while acting like the countries that are actually doing pretty good and working well together with each other don't fuck with Putin? Like, there's something wrong with Russia, because these fools are obviously just a fucking dictator. And now he wants to switch it to how saying all the others are fucked. He just came in, like people always claim that this was a good businessman or whatever. He's not, right? How many times he filed for bankruptcy?
6 times.
Let's pretend he is or whatever. a to create a good business, you don't start taking over and charging everybody more, like
Yeah.
like if they need you, you need them too,
Yeah.
you know. So if everybody works together, it's just way smoother, you know. At work, when I used to go by barge, you know, to the
Mm-hmm.
stores or whatever, we worked with the same people, like two different companies.
Yeah.
They wanted to keep our business. We wanted to keep buying barge from them because they're like our main suppliers.
Yeah. Mutually
When
beneficial.
when barge was going up, that guy showed me the receipts. He didn't have them, but he's like, "Look, our barge got more expensive for us.
Yeah.
Today you're gonna get the same price, but I'm gonna write a note here that next time it's gonna be a little more expensive. Is that fine?"
Yeah.
Like fucking proof, right? He wasn't
Yeah.
like, you know what, fuck you guys. It went up. Now it's gonna cost you double.
Yeah.
Guess what? We will stop using them. We find another company.
Yep. Exactly.
This is what Trump is doing to other countries. I don't see how it's benefiting anybody here besides the rich.
That's exactly who it is. It's benefiting. The only one that's going to be put through the meat grinder is anyone making less than 500,000 a year, which is most people.
Yeah, and that's it. And 500,000. Like if you're also still at the bottom right there, you know, compared to his people, you know.
Yeah, I mean, try to put it in this perspective, okay? If you made $100,000 a year and saved every penny of it, it would take you 10 years to become a millionaire. If you made that same amount, it would take you 10,000 years to become a billionaire. And then think about how much money Elon Musk has.
Yeah.
You have nothing in common with Elon Musk, okay? He thinks of you as like an ant on the ground. So don't think for 1 second that Elon Musk and the rest of these richest men that were sitting behind Trump at the inauguration want anything but bad things for you. The stupidest argument I've heard is people saying that those guys are going to make things better for you. You think that a billionaire is going to deconstruct the thing that made him a billionaire? That's so fucking dumb. I can't even begin to fathom how dumb you are to try to think that that's true. Okay. Like, they're going to continue to make money. If Elon Musk wanted to suddenly help humanity and didn't care about money, he would have stopped at $10 billion because he could pay for 100 generations of his family. But no, he kept going. You think he's going to stop all of a sudden and not want to make money?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. And anyways, here's a ghost story. Abigail Adams, the wife of the second president, John Adams, did her own laundry when she lived in the White House, as a wife should.
That's the new edit.
That's a new edit, yeah.
2025 release.
Every time I do that, I should put on a MAGA hat. And there's apparently still plenty of washing to be done. White House staffers have seen her ghost floating around the East Room with her arms holding an invisible load of laundry. Sometimes they smell wet clothes or even the scent of lavender in the area. Anyways.
Look, Bill Burr had a pretty good point the other day. You know, like this fucking Musk has like billions, right?
Yeah.
He's like, if you really want to help humanity, just like how you were saying, you like go to fucking West Virginia, fix up that entire town, create jobs. Like that he'll be considered like the greatest thing that ever fucking saw like any fucking state ever, right? He's not fixing up anything for free. He's getting all the tax breaks, complaining about us getting tax breaks or whatever. Like we should be paying more while he doesn't even pay anything the last 4 years, right? And he keeps getting money. Like what the fuck?
You and I both pay way more percentage wise in taxes than he does. Which brings, I mean, Elon Musk, okay, he could easily go down as a hero for humanity if he took a small portion of his money to try to help America. Just America.
Somebody, you know?
Yeah. Free healthcare. He could pay for free healthcare easily.
Yeah.
And that's a stupid thing because free healthcare costs way less than the healthcare that we're paying for now. It's been proven. It's been studied. It would cost way less. My cat's licking her asshole behind the computer screen, which is why it's shaking.
Oh, okay.
In case you're wondering,
that's
it's not me masturbating. Just in case anyone's wondering at home.
Show your hands, dude.
I'm not masturbating.
Not this time.
Not this time. Most of the time, yes, but not this time. Yeah, so here's this other article. Elon Musk suddenly doesn't want credit for disastrous Doge cuts. This flip-flopping going on between the Doge system. Is that an ice cream truck right here?
Yeah, sorry.
Fuck, I wish I had some ice cream right now.
I'll save you. I'll go get some right now.
Thanks, man. Give me a rocket pop. Musk is warning Republicans to stop blaming Doge for the cuts. Well, what else are we going to blame?
Yeah.
Like, it's the one making cuts.
Who was that person that came out with the chainsaw on stage? I couldn't remember who the hell was.
It's the chainsaw of bureaucracy. Yeah.
There's a chainsaw of opportunity.
Dark MAGA. Dark MAGA.
Like, okay, if he's not to blame for the cuts, who brought out that chainsaw? That's a chainsaw of peace, or
it's literally a thing to cut things?
Yeah, the chainsaw of options. No, that motherfucker was saying that he was cutting things. People didn't like it. Guess what? It was not me, guys.
It's not the chainsaw of charity. Like, there's a thing that chainsaws are used for, and that's cutting things.
Yeah, he was pretty proud of that too.
Yeah, and hey, I get it.
No, he's not.
There's lots of waste in government, and it should be audited, but there's a way to do it, and that doesn't require thousands upon thousands of people and veterans losing their jobs in mass.
Yeah,
there's a way to do it.
I think when anybody does, any job that requires choosing and like figuring out what works best, you can't just without knowing, you can't just cut people. Like anywhere, right? Like, you don't know what they do. You're just cutting them. Like Joshua Tree, fucking Yosemite. Now they're
all the national parks.
Yeah, because somebody, Elon Musk, decided, oh, fuck this, right? They're not worth it.
Yeah,
but he doesn't even know what it takes or what he's cutting. He's just cutting.
Yeah,
and I'm not getting a penny of each of the cuts.
No,
nothing.
We're never going to see any of that money.
Yeah, and even if we did, he supposedly wants to give us like $5,000 or whatever.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I don't think that even if it does, like I wouldn't trade that for retirement money. Yeah, because I'm gonna need some money for retirement, and that's like what I'm paying for my Social Security, and other people are putting money into that too, right? So the $5,000 is not going to translate to the being cool for the rest of my life after I retire. How is that a good deal? Where's that money going now?
They said some figure the other day, like we're gonna get this much money, and we're gonna split it amongst everybody. But when you do the actual math, it comes out to $2 per person.
And they estimated like at 5,000, right?
Yeah, but it's like the figures were for 5,000 to 10,000. All these MAGA people, I can't. What are you gonna do with your money?
Yeah.
We're never going to see a dime of that, and even if we did, it's not going to be $5,000. I guarantee it's not going to be $5,000.
And even if we did, I wouldn't trade. I would like to have people in my national parks, so when I go, it's all good,
Yeah. Say goodbye to the national parks, by the way, because he's releasing protections on those as well. So they already said they're going to start sawing down trees right and left.
What a fucking idiot, dude.
This is what gets me. It's like MAGA, the whole MAGA movement is not Republican. It's not conservative. This isn't a conservative move. They have no values that align with the classic, like the conservatives from like when we were kids. Well, Reagan sort of brought in this whole sort of right-wing Christian nationalism. But they're not conservative. And this whole thing of like, all right, I'm going to get anti-Christian for a second. And if you're Christian, I mean no disrespect, but I don't consider the MAGA movement a Christian movement because it has no values that align with Christianity. If Jesus was around today, he would be considered like a communist.
Yeah.
And a hippie,
yeah.
Yeah. I urge everyone to listen to the politician, I think his name's James Starletto, who is a Christian but is against MAGA and has been talking to people in churches about what's so wrong about the MAGA movement and why it doesn't align with Judeo-Christian teachings at all.
Yeah, like before Joe Rogan got his $100 million deal on Spotify, he used to mention, he used to talk about everybody, a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he was the one that brought up the fact that Trump had never even believed or even prayed in his life until he was trying to become president. And he even put a clip. He was like, that's the first time anybody's ever seen him put his hand on a Bible.
God bless the USA Bible. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul.
Yeah. Some shit like that. And he's like, no, he's not, Then after he got his $100 million deal, I saw his fucking shift, He shifted pretty quick too. It took him like about 2 months, maybe a month and a half.
Yeah.
There's, who knows if anybody else will do that move too, but the old Joe Rogan will not get along with this new Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah. That's been so heartbreaking. I mean, you and I were both Joe Rogan fans before the change, and he turned me on to so many things that were so enlightening to me back in the day. Like the only reason I ever tried DMT was because of Joe Rogan, and it was astonishing. Don't do drugs, kids. It's not good for you. But to watch him change little by little into this guy who's just like, well, I'm just saying things, like don't listen to me. I'm just asking questions. One of those asking questions guys, like Tucker Carlson is. But you look at the people he's had on and the lies he's been spreading. He went from someone that was somewhat enlightened to someone that's just parroting the same talking points as everyone else, Tim Pool and Tucker Carlson, and that's been heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, and he doesn't question people anymore, as in, I haven't listened to him, but I've seen clips, so I guess that's maybe not fair. But this is what I saw in the transition. I noticed it, so I stopped listening because I was like, what the fuck is this? Somebody will come in, just say bullshit, and he'd be like, that's very interesting,
Yeah.
And then it turns out it was lies. It's too late because he considers
it's already
himself,
out there.
It's already out there. He considers himself, I don't know, a fucking mom and pop podcast that barely has listeners. Meanwhile, he's saying that big media is saying this. Big media is fucking little now. He is a big media. 14 million monthly listeners.
Yeah, he has the biggest podium in the world. Yes. And look at the people he's having on. Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
Elon Musk a few times.
Yeah, without fact checking, which is dangerous because he is one of the most popular voices out there. Yeah. While he's spreading lies, while he's saying it's going to benefit all of us, but he's not really pointing at who is all of us. Yeah. When he's saying all of us, he means him. Who are his fucking main friends? Trump, Elon, that fool from fucking Facebook, Jeff Bezos, I'm sure. Yeah, these guys are just like you and I, Matt. Why aren't we on the same side? We're not on the same side. Because we're not fucking multimillionaires. Yeah, there is no Republican and fucking Democrat side. You're saying it's just fucking rich versus poor, while they manipulate people that kind of believe in them.
That's what it is. It's not left versus right. If you have conservative views, I have no issue with you.
No, it's not.
It's we should be fighting against these people. It's about us versus them because they have nothing in common with us, and they're actively trying to make our lives worse on a day-to-day basis.
While they slowly take over and make their lives better, and that is their plan, right?
Yeah,
that's the plan, to make their lives easier, better. If they really thought if you want to make things better, everybody gets taxed fairly, which would help a lot of fucking people. Helping people equals good in most places.
Yeah.
Not to them. To them, it means fuck you. We're doing this our way now. Okay.
No, look at the tax rates from the 1950s to now. I mean, it used to be the if you made over a certain amount, you were taxed massively at some point, and that's slowly been chipped away because of trickle down economics, which is the biggest load of bullshit in the world.
Yeah, and what I don't like about that is, I mean, they have defenders. I think that's why this is a good place, right? You say whatever, like if you get to build something and you're smart enough, you're clever enough, you get to build yourself something pretty nice. Nobody's gonna take it from you. It does suck that you get taxed a lot, but like at the same time, by the time it takes me to make $1,000, it probably takes them around the same time to make $100,000. So it's not fair necessarily like money wise, but time wise and like help wise. I do my part in help. My percentage is a lot for what I make. Their percentage should also be kind of a lot for what they make, but their percentage is way smaller for some fucking reason,
and sometimes non-existent.
Yeah, not for some fucking reason.
Yeah. You look at the things that Elon Musk is cutting, and it somehow always goes back to things that would affect him negatively, like the Protection Bureau for consumers, the Consumer Protection Bureau. He wants to get rid of that, and they're actively trying to work against things right now. Like there's cases against Elon Musk and Tesla and all that stuff from the Protection Bureau.
Yeah.
And you look at all these other things, wanting to get rid of NASA. It's all stuff that benefits him.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah.
And like people are like, this is great. Yeah. He's cutting things down. It's like, no.
Another penny in my pocket. I'm gonna be rich by the time this was done. That's not how it works. Yeah. No. NASA doesn't cost me anything. It costs me whatever taxes I'm already paying. I think they should invest in NASA. I'll keep NASA rather than fucking Starlink. Like this fool has the money. He could buy it by himself. He gets a tax break every fucking year. He gets money. He gets billions just donated to him. And he still wants more.
Yeah, he does. He sells climate credits. I don't know how much money he makes in a minute, but I'm assuming it's in the millions. The U.S. government's already giving him $9 million. I'll look up it's either $9 million a month or a day or something. It's crazy amounts of money that the U.S. government's giving Elon Musk directly.
That's where we want my money to go, to help him the poor people, like Musk and his friends. That's good. Fucking taxpayer money all spent.
He was saying the Doge team doesn't get an income, which is bullshit. They found out that was a lie.
Yeah, so now he's saying he's a bad businessman. Get the fuck out. You should get paid. I'll take over since you fucking suck at cutting deals. Obviously, either you're good at it or you're not. Don't be saying you don't get paid. If I can say you get, like, you know what I'm saying? You contradict yourself. You're good or you're bad. Yep. It's like stupid.
And how about taking the chainsaw to Trump's golf trips that have cost us $60 million already?
Yeah, and then. How is that saving us any money? He has the money too.
He has the money.
He could buy a fucking plane wherever he flies. Like buy one and drop it off, and then pick up a car or whatever.
Yeah. You ready for another ghost story?
Mm-hmm.
The ghost of Honest Abe can't seem to move on following his 1865 assassination. There are numerous stories of Lincoln's beery ghost appearing to White House residents, staff, and visitors. A nude Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, once emerged from the bathroom to see Lincoln sitting in his room during a visit in the 1940s. Lincoln is said to lurk around the yellow oval room and the Lincoln bedroom. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt spent a lot of time working in the Lincoln bedroom, and she apparently saw him often. Calvin Coolidge's wife, Grace, reportedly caught Lincoln looking out of a window in the Lincoln bedroom. One night, Lady Bird Johnson was watching a documentary about Lincoln's death when she said she felt his spirit nearby. Ronald Reagan's dog, Rex, is believed to have seen Lincoln's ghost as well. Apparently, he asked the dog.
One interview. Barked twice.
Apparently, the dog Apparently, the dog would regularly stand in the corner of the Lincoln bedroom and bark, and the president believed Rex could see Lincoln.
Let's see.
So
he hated Lincoln.
During Trump's State of the Union, whatever you want to call that address, he was talking about the waste of money, and he said $9 million on making mice transgender.
Yeah.
Which first two things, it's not transgender mice, it's transgenic mice. They've been doing it for years, and basically it's a way to breed mice to make them more of an analog to human, the way a human's body would react to medications. So it's a way of doing medical testing without using it on humans. Yeah. And it's like the safest way to do it. They've been doing it for years, and just because someone saw the word trans in the title, they said it's transgender. Can we talk about how crazy it is, the obsession with MAGA and transgender people?
Yeah, we could try, dude, but
it's such a small percentage of the population, and they focus so much time and effort going after transgender people, and I don't understand it. What is it, like 500,000 kids in school that are playing sports, and 10 of them are transgender, and they're trying to pass all these laws against them playing in sports. And I get it, it's sort of weird to have someone that has a different bone structure, like for combat sports. I understand more.
Yeah, I think so too. For combat
sports,
I
think we both agree on that. It's like there's studies that say like it evens out and everything, but I don't know about that. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but like volleyball or something like that, or it's like, are we really going to spend this much time and effort going after like 0.01% of the population that identifies as transgender? And there's the whole thing about transgender people trying to groom kids, and like gay people trying to groom kids. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to edit this in later. I'm going to scroll the list of GOP and MAGA people that have been convicted of molestation and different sex crimes against minors. And you're going to be shocked at how long this fucking list is.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
No,
those are
the gays that are the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. And you know what bothers me the most? You know, I'm sitting here chatting with you, but there's a fucking transgender person out there being happy about their body, and that really bothers me. I need them to not be happy.
I need them to be sad and beaten down.
They should be sad all the time and fucking prosecuted for feeling happy. That's the message he's sending. And people like to agree with that, but he tries to spin it in some other fucking weird way. That's not what's happening. He's putting people down while putting other people up.
Well, they need to have an enemy.
Yeah.
Trump always has to give someone an enemy to hate. He has to give his people someone to be angry or scared about. And that's that's classic fascism. I mean, look at, okay, I'm going to bring up Hitler, and I'm not trying to devolve the argument to just Hitler things, but Hitler gave someone for that the people could hate. He gave a group of people that the people could hate.
Yeah.
And tell them that's all your problems are because of them.
If we had the same viewers as fucking Rogan, right?
Oh yeah.
We would ask them, who of you have encountered a transgender person and they have done something wrong to you and fucked you up? Now, and then the other question would be, you as a transgender person, how many regular people, American-loving people, have fucked you up for no reason?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's the violence is from one side.
Yeah,
I never seen
the scales are way heavier on one side than the other.
Yes, the violent groups that actively hate people are the fucking KKK, and they that is what they do. They hate somebody for the way they fucking look and the way they were born. That's fucking crazy. That's what we should be dealing with. But those people get a chance to get away and everything. They're just expressing their fucking whatever. And then now you're attracting transgender people that are just trying to live their own life separately.
Yeah.
They don't have a fucking hate group, fuck the straights or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
They might. I don't know.
They might, but they're not like fucking.
They're underground
people,
right now.
Like what the fuck? They're trying to like be chill and happy.
Now they just want to live their life like anybody else.
Now they gotta live all scared and shit.
Yeah.
It's how much money did they spend on this mice thing supposedly?
Oh, $9 million or something. But all it goes back. I mean, it's funny because it's like all cancer research. It's like super important stuff that he's cutting.
Yeah. Let's pretend it was for transgender mice, just to give them a win.
Yeah,
that is crazy. Why the fuck would they be doing that? But guess what? If you tax Musk, if you tax fucking Facebook, did I forget his name? And
Zuckerberg
and Bezos. If you tax them, that shit will pay for itself. Like fucking 5, 6, 9, 20 times over. Don't tax them. We'll leave them alone. Well, even if they are wasting the time in this, we could easily still be profiting if there is a we that could be profiting.
This focus, this enemy focus that they always have, it's extended into. I'm trying to think of a way to put this, but it's the veil over the eyes. It's the man. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. Look at this thing. Look at this show we're showing you. Look at these crazy guys dressed up as women. Can you believe that shit? Like, do you really want this around your kids? And I get it. You may not want to take your kid to a drag time story time. Okay, drag show story time. I get that. I understand it's weird. You don't have to do it though. It's just so frustrating, man. I feel like I'm so powerless to do anything.
Yeah, I understand. And the thing that really does suck here is that we might not even reach somebody that's sort of like on the fence. Maybe we will, right? So I mean, I just want to say some things that don't even have to be now, but like just from nobody's point of view, just from the point of view that you see as a person.
Yeah,
you don't have to be left or right or whatever. Just as a person, things you look for in a good leader is somebody that brings people together.
Yeah,
this fool Trump doesn't have that.
No, he never has.
He doesn't condone any violence towards his friends, aka the fucking millionaires and billionaires. Mm-hmm. But if you're defending him on his side, fuck the police, fuck the law. Yeah. We gotta do what we gotta do. That's pretty fucking interesting. That's not a good leader. People, like how you're saying, you just show up to divide. You have an enemy for some reason now. That's not a good leader. People that work well with each other, that want to find the best thing for everybody, that would like to help people, anybody in any way that they can, even for himself taking a hit, or for even like other rich people taking a hit, while making almost the fucking 90% of the fucking other people out here, making them happy.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that. He's never done anything to make us believe in his leadership. He's only done things like, fuck you, you're lucky to be here, right? And that would be somebody's argument towards me. They're like, oh, if you fucking hate it so much, why don't you go back or leave, right?
Yeah.
They're deflecting the fucking question. They're not really answering what I'm saying. That means I'm right, and they're saying I should leave. But they're not admitting that I'm right. They're just saying the second part. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want to deal with it. It's just like, hey, why are you here then?
Yeah.
That's not the question. That's not what I'm saying.
It's like it goes back to his same thing about deflecting. There was that interview he did during his first administration. He was talking about, we have a big, beautiful health plan. We got it right here. And the reporter's like, oh, it's right there, that book? And they're like, yep, it's right there. It's our health plan. And then after the interview was over, she wandered over and opened it, and it was just random papers that were stapled together in a book. just like memos and stuff about other things. It's just like
Yeah.
it's all a show, man. He doesn't have anything planned. He has concepts of a plan, like he said. He is working to get us apart. He is working to divide us.
Yeah.
He's not making America great again. He's making Trump rich again.
He's making, to me, it doesn't seem like a full statement, making America great again. And it needs to be making America great again for us. By us, he's not even talking about you and I or others. He's talking about him and his rich homies. That's who he's making America great for. That's it. The rest of the people are being manipulated. It sucks. Even if they think they're not, that's even worse. But I think that's what I see, and it's really hard for me to pretend that I don't see that, just based off he uses a lot of words, but his actions are different. He says a lot of stupid shit, even if he doesn't. And let's pretend he says all the smartest shit. His actions are not smart. His actions are division. His actions are fucking hate, and his actions are do what I say or else. Fuck the law. Meanwhile, at the same time, hey, they gotta respect the law. These others, we gotta fucking do it. Others, they gotta respect it. Us, no, we go against the law because we're rebels, because we're doing things better that we need to do.
We're gonna drain the swamp.
So you follow the law as an us, while I don't follow the law. And if you're with me, you also don't follow the law because the law's stupid. But when you hold on the other side, wait, the law's fucking great, and that's why we need to fucking block you because you're fucking with the law. It's like, which one? What are you?
I think his ultimate goal is martial law. I think he. And you mentioned earlier about like there's so many things happening all in a week, and there's this idea about the fire hose of falsehoods. I forget the exact phrase, but basically you throw a bunch of stuff at people until it breaks them down. Like Doge is doing this. Trump is going to get rid of the national parks. These people are getting fired. Trump fired these guys so they can't go after him. Trump is going after the judges, and this all in a course of 4 fucking days. Until you go, I can't handle this anymore. My brain feels like it's gonna melt, and you give up and you say, I don't care anymore. Whatever he wants to do, let him do it.
And that's how you know he's not doing this shit on his own. That's why the Russia theory kind of works, even if it's not. Say it's only people from here. The fucking millionaire theories work because they're all working together to like spread a lot of shit. A lot of it's gonna fuck us over. Some of it is just bullshit that he goes back and forth. All the tariff shit, or like taxing people. I think his son was saying like buy low during that time that he was supposed to like bring out this speech about the fucking tariffs like taking effect. So he's saying to buy low. This is taking effect. Who are the people that can afford to buy a lot of shit when it's low? I'm guessing it's the millionaires and billionaires, not us. We're not gonna risk it because we're gonna be paying a lot of money for this shit. They have the money to invest and put in there. When this shit flips, if it does even fucking flip, because they bought it so low, they're gonna make money anyway. It steadily goes up a little bit. They made money because they can afford that shit, right? Like creating an enemy again, right? This fool, he wants Canada. He says it'd be great because think about it, no tariffs, prices will be cool. Guess what? It already was cool before you fucking put those tariffs into effect.
Yeah, we were good.
Let's pretend like we had no choice but to do the tariffs.
And don't pretend it's about fentanyl. It's not about fucking fentanyl.
Yeah, and you want it, right? You want Canada, but now they're saying that Canada has a problem with fucking the mafia or narcos or whatever, some shit like that, like some drug shit. So why the fuck would you? What do you want it then? Like, why do you want Canada? If it's
by the way,
bad?
taking over Canada would be the dumbest fucking thing ever because you know how many liberals are in Canada.
Not on like, why does he want it? I'm waiting for the problem that's going to come in Greenland. There's a bunch of drug like money laundering going on over some bullshit. Like we're gonna find a reason. The grass that grows over there is actually poisonous to a lot of people are hiding over there, like some bullshit. Then now, why don't we need it?
It all goes back to grabbing resources. I actually came across this thing on Reddit, and go ahead.
Before you get into that, maybe you want to people about martial law, like why it would be like what
Oh,
it does.
well, that actually goes into what I'm about to say.
Oh.
So this philosopher Curtis Yarvin, he came out with this playbook called Butterfly Revolution, and his ideas began spreading around the mid 2000s on far right chat boards, but those were largely unmonitored. And he ended up cozying up to a bunch of the Silicon Valley people, the real big billionaires, and ends up becoming really good friends with Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and JD Vance. And in his plan, it's 7 steps. Have Trump run for president on the platform of getting rid of an inefficient system. Once he wins, purge the bureaucracy, ignore the courts, co-opt Congress. So we're right in the middle of this right now. We're at step number 4.
Yeah.
Step number 5, centralize the police force, federalize the National Guard, absorb local law enforcement agencies into the federal government, shut down higher education, gut public schools, which are actively trying to do
they're
right
already
now.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Trump's famous quote? Well, I don't even know if it's that famous, but it should be. He's like, I love uneducated people.
Oh yeah. I love the poorly educated. Yeah.
The fuck, dude? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut down media outlets that criticize the president and his agenda, which he's actively doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Get the people on the streets. This is the last step. Get the people on the streets wherever they are, wherever there's any obstruction by a government agency. The idea is to dismantle the government and rebuild it into an autocracy for tech elite billionaires. When the world is crazy, when people start rioting and destroying things, prices go down, like everything. No one's going to want to be in a neighborhood with riots going on and things getting burned down. It's cheaper to buy up everything you can while that happens. So basically, they just sweep in.
Of course, not you and I are going to be buying stuff.
Yes,
it's gonna be, us, them.
Yeah,
like they're doing this for them again.
It all goes back to benefiting them.
Yeah, and I think martial law also doesn't it create like a thing where you can't do free, like you won't be able to protest because now it's martial law and they would need to have everything like clear, like it'll basically shut down any stupidity that he says or like does.
Yeah, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's pretty much all rights are suspended at that point. And you already seen him. He wants to take away funding from any school that allows protesters.
It makes no fucking sense.
And kids can't wear a mask.
Yeah, I showed it to my daughter, and she's like, does he know the First Amendment?
No, the Constitution doesn't matter to these people. They say they're constitutionalists and they love the Constitution. I don't think any of them have actually read it.
They just don't give a fuck as long. If it's not making them money, they think it's wrong. The Constitution. If it's working for them, they're like, hey, as you see here in this paper, that's what we do. Also, did you hear Elon Musk is saying that they should try to free that one dude that killed
the cop?
Yeah,
Derek Chauvin.
And that would, because he's the one that got killed George Floyd, right?
Yeah,
and that would create a big fucking problem enough to riot, but rightfully would create it.
Yeah,
enough to maybe get martial law into place.
Not only that, he wants to have the death penalty on the table for anyone that kills a cop. And you notice it's not the other way around. There's no death penalty for a cop that kills a person.
Yeah,
they're lining up all their chips, dude.
Yeah, and let's see. Maybe somebody that supports Trump made it this far. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say Trump is not racist. Let's say Trump really cares about the people, and let's say he is doing everything that he can to make it better. That's fucking hard to believe, but let's just say that he is. He's not showing peacefulness between different races that live in the United States. He's
No.
even if he thinks it when he goes to sleep, like, oh, I'm doing great for everyone. His actions are very, very much one way, which anybody that will be on the side that he is in would think that, hey, my president is kind of like cool with this, so me too. A lot of fucking Nazis came out. I imagine they came out because they think Donald Trump is racist. Maybe he's not for some reason, which I would find
He
strange.
is.
But right.
Yeah, just there's no
But
confusion. He definitely is.
right. But if people want to think that they don't see that, he's showing that. So
Yeah.
he's consistent with showing hate towards a lot of different groups that are
Oh,
not
you
white.
remember all those speeches, all those rallies he was doing? Anyone got out of line? Smack the crap out of that guy.
Knock the crap out of him, would you? Seriously. Okay.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Smack him.
Yes.
I mean,
Like, somebody
we
please
have
do it.
Nazis wandering the streets of Ohio doing marches. We have these assholes in face masks because they don't want to be seen as a Nazi walking around cities to protect the white race.
Yeah. They walk around to actively hate other people that don't look like them. If there's anybody dumber than that, I don't know who the fuck that is. Come on, like, why would you hate somebody because of the way that they're able to tolerate sun?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense, dude.
Well, I mean,
there's assholes. There's like assholes everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
But you don't go around hating the entire world. You have friends that are cool. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. People are cool. People are not cool. This guy's. Let's say he's cool with women. He doesn't seem to be that cool with women.
No. All the sexual assault allegations would say that he's not cool with women.
Why does he care about the gay people, the LGBTQ? You know, like, why are you deleting that shit off the map? Like, there's no longer like on the Google Calendar.
Yeah,
that's not uniting anybody. That's not helpful to the world. It's helpful towards certain people that actually hate other people. That's not being a useful guy right there.
No. And the craziest thing is watching the find out part now with all these groups that like gays for Trump, Latinos for Trump, women for Trump, and they're all like, wait a second, that hurts me.
Yeah. No, this guy promised.
There's a famous clip of the lady. I'll try to find it, but I think it was during his first administration. Something had happened where it ended up going against his followers, and she said he's not hurting the people that we want him to hurt.
Oh yeah.
Like, what?
I think she worked for the national park, and she basically what she was saying, like, wait a minute, I'm not black. Why are you firing me?
Yeah.
You see, like just based off of that, right? I like national parks. I would like to visit. It sucks that somebody racist worked there. It's cool that they cut her, but at the same time, it was probably would be better for the world that they did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not against anything like that, but like, people should have a chance to understand what they might be voting for or doing. I mean, and I understand too. Oh, you know, it already took effect. It already voted. That's not what we're arguing. Maybe he bought the election. Maybe it's rigged. Maybe it's not. That doesn't matter anymore. You know, all we could talk about is what we see. It's not about some futuristic shit or something in the past. This is what's happening right now, and this is what it's leading up to. If you do the math, you know what's going to be at the end. I'm not sure how we're going to change it or try to fix anything.
I know, it's
but
so
information is useful. Points of views are useful. Somebody show me a point of view where it's the opposite, where this benefits me and others like me. I would like to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's going to give me anything useful. I doubt it.
No.
I don't see it.
It so far it hasn't been helping anyone even close to us. It's like like all the businesses being shut down and all the businesses having to raise their costs, and no one can, like, everyone was all the Democrats were warning people. They're saying, look, he's going to do these things. And they're like, no, he's not. And then it happens, and they go, "What? Why is he? Why didn't anybody tell us he was going to do these things?"
What were they listening to? The thing that you brought, the thing that you brought up, where somebody says, somebody punch him. You're like, somebody will get you out of jail. I'll get you out of jail. Like,
Just knock the hell. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees. I promise.
he's already
Yeah,
saying that. Imagine
yeah.
somebody else, say somebody fucking Latino or Black was saying that to somebody. They're like, this is why we need the government to fucking step in, But when they do it, it's kind of funny. You know what I hated? The way they try to punk, like the way they try to manipulate Zelensky, from Ukraine. That shit really fucking pissed me off, because
That was so embarrassing.
they were doing the thing like they do in the movies, almost like, and I'm not even talking about a serious movie. I'm talking about like a comedy movie where they're like, hey, look at this guy's shorts. They're all like shrugging the shoulders, and they're like,
oh yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend in the room going, "Don't you wear a suit? Why aren't you wearing a suit?"
Yeah, and then Donald Trump winked at him like, "Hey, good call, buddy."
Yeah, I got
he
you.
fucking winked at him, and then JD Vance, he's like shrugging his shoulders and like laughing like that, like, "Yeah, good point, man." That's not what that shit's about. That's just, it's a fucking embarrassment, dude. If he's not Putin's bitch, why is somebody that attacked another country not to blame? He's now, imagine Russia attacks us. So Donald Trump is saying the best thing to do is get the fuck out, back off, and give them a couple states. Yeah, that's what he's saying. And if you don't do that, you're a fucking traitor. And if you don't do that, you're a fucking dictator. How is that? How does the math even work on that?
I heard a good analogy where it's like someone comes and burns down your house, and then they come to try to claim that land, and you're like, what? No, you can't have it. You burned down my house. Yeah, like it's just still my house. You can't just take the land that I was living on. Yeah, and they're like, well, why are you getting so violent? Just let him have it. He burned it down. It's it. Just take it.
He's just doing what he does. Come on, guys. He's not a bad guy. Talk to him. Yeah, he's a really great guy. Zelensky, you on the other hand, oh man, you're not.
You're asshole. Yeah,
you're defending your own people like a fucking dick. Oh man,
the guy's like
can't trust you.
He's trying to like not have his population get killed off.
Yeah,
and they're. The only good thing that came out of it was lots of good memes with chubby faced Vance. I don't know if you've seen those. So I'll put them on the screen.
Yeah, dude, that shit was embarrassing, and
it was so embarrassing.
It was really hateful, and I'm not embarrassed, like personally, like it's just like so fucking. I wonder what other countries look and think that like these are the fucking clowns that are representing the USA.
Oh, it's not good, dude. They don't think good things about us. Trust me.
Like who this is the guy, dude, a fucking dick that wants to be a bully. That's just saying all the wrong things because Zelensky's just defending what he can. And then I bet you there's going to be like a defense if anybody that supports Trump made it this far again. The defense will be some shit like, oh, did you know that Ukrainians actually hate Russians and they killed? That's not what we're talking about. Anybody, any city, any state has good and bad people. I'm sure there's bad people in Ukraine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Putin being a fucking dick and killing millions of people. He attacked hospitals right in the beginning, children's hospitals right in the beginning. Trump is saying, that's what he is. And the way that's not a good fucking person to align yourself with.
No, Putin's responsible for some of the worst war crimes in history.
Yeah, he's to blame for a lot of fucking shit, including this war with Ukraine. And how are we supporting Russia now? That makes no fucking sense.
My favorite line that Zelensky said during that whole thing was Trump was like, "You're not holding good cards right now. You don't have good cards." And he's like, "I'm not playing cards."
Yeah.
What's like? It's not everything's a game, dude.
Time. Yeah, not everything's for show. You don't have to be like big at everything. You just gotta be a good person, and Trump is showing that money over everything.
Yep.
money over every fucking thing.
Nope, Krasnov is doing his job.
If he's thinking something else when he goes to sleep in his head, fine. Let's give him credit. He believes he's the best fucking person ever. His actions are not. You gotta understand that part. Whatever actions he's taking are not good for the people. They're good for him. They're good for money.
I truly believe he doesn't feel anything. I think Trump is a true sociopath. I don't think he would cross the street to piss on his son if it is on fire. I don't think he feels anything other than anger and revenge.
Yeah.
And hate. I'll ask if any MAG person happened to be listening to this, I want you to ask yourself a question. When was the last time you saw Trump laugh? Actually laugh.
Yeah.
I challenge you to go find a clip of Trump genuinely laughing at something
while not making fun of somebody. He likes.
I seriously, I've never heard the guy laugh before, which is like a basic human emotion.
Yeah. Fuck. What else did he do? Oh, I don't even know if I already said it, but remember when? And yeah, I guess it doesn't matter anymore because it already happened. But still, it counts towards fucking the way that he is. When COVID didn't exist, and then it was something that China made. Yeah. And then it was being back to it doesn't exist. And then it was back to maybe now. Then it was like maybe he has it, and he came up with the solution of telling people to put bleach in their veins. This is the guy that's president.
Disinfectant. Yeah.
Maybe
he could get a light inside of her body.
That's the guy that's running shit right now. He said that. He said put bleach in your veins to clean that shit out. After saying it was fake, and then again to maybe him having it like fucking flip flop, whatever.
And everything bad that happened during that, he blamed it on Biden.
Yeah, I think he was still talking about Obama the other day. Like,
oh yeah, they're still on Obama's dick, dude. They think Obama was running Biden's entire administration. Yeah. Meanwhile, Obama's just surfing in Hawaii. He doesn't give a shit, dude.
And then these was on the official White House. They're telling us to shut the fuck up about the egg prices. Yeah.
Trump today just said stop whining about the egg prices.
Yeah,
we're making things great.
And this is his people that will come to his defense. Why you guys like eggs so much? Why don't you just fucking eat something else? That's not how we're talking about. We're talking about him being a piece of shit and saying not doing anything for us. While egg prices are concerned, maybe nobody should eat eggs. Maybe everybody should. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, they should be lower. That's the fact, and that's what we need. And we need a fucking leader that could do something for us, which we're still trying to find.
Yeah, that brings. We're gonna have to wrap this up. It brings me to before I get into my last point. We get one more ghost story. Okay. Andrew Jackson. Okay. The nation's 7th president apparently still spends time in his old bedroom where he can be heard laughing. See? Even dead presidents are laughing. Fucks. Mary Todd Lincoln often said that she heard Jackson stomping and swearing. Perhaps his ghost is reliving the raucous 1829 inauguration party in which the White House was effectively trashed by thousands of celebrants exploring the estate. I actually remember that. There's a funny story about Andrew Jackson. So he invited the people to come to the White House to celebrate. Yeah. And he's like, there's free food. And they showed up and they wouldn't leave. Oh, sure. And so they had to buy a bunch of kegs of beer and bring them out into the White House lawn. And they said, everybody, there's free beer on the White House lawn. And everyone went out and they locked the doors so they couldn't get back in.
Hey, that's a good trick, dude.
That's a good trick.
Hey guys, there's pizza and beer outside. I don't know why, but
pizza and beer, fuck yeah.
That's a good one.
This just came out 2 days ago. Fox Business Network anchor Maria Bartiromo said conditions point to a recession this year, but added it will be Joe Biden's recession.
Did they sign a paper for that too?
The stock market tanked after President Donald Trump's tariffs took effect this week, leading to some whiplash-inducing shifts and setting the table for Friday's jobs report, the first full month of employment data of Trump's second term. With all eyes on the Bureau of Labor Statistics Friday morning, the jobs report came out with a weaker than expected 151,000 jobs added and unemployment ticking up slightly to 4.1%. But on Friday's morning edition of Fox Business Network's Mornings with Maria, Bartiromo pre-blamed Biden as she and Fox host Charles Payne bantered ahead of the jobs report. So this is a classic Trump talking point tactic. Anything that bad happens, it was Biden's fault or is the previous administration's fault. It's not his fault, even though we know that it is his fault. And he keeps saying, well, Maria Bontomrano, even she did an interview. I can't pronounce her last name. She was interviewing Trump and she says, I know you inherited a mess. Bitch. The stock market was high as fuck. The unemployment rate was low as fuck when Trump inherited. And it's just like before. He inherited something great and he tanked everything. And yes, we had COVID before. Yeah. But COVID was so fumbled, the response to that. There's a reason why it affected so many things. Yeah. He always uses that tactic. It's not my fault. It's the previous administration. Make no mistake about it. This recession, which we will have for sure, is Trump's fault. The tariffs are his fault. The war with our allies is his fault. Unemployment rates is his fault. So fuck off with that. I'm so sick of that shit.
Yeah, how would somebody explain Canada, Mexico charging us more for things now?
Yeah.
And somehow blaming that on Biden, which we know that Trump signed these things.
Yeah,
he signed them for some reason. And let's pretend we were getting fucked over on these deals. He signed the last one with Mexico. He said, who did this? Well, we were getting a really, really bad deal.
Yeah,
it turns out
it was his deal.
It was his deal. So either people that depend on them might say, well, you learn from your mistakes or whatever. Let's say we did learn from the mistakes. This is not helping anybody.
Yeah.
Somebody come and tell me how me paying more for things, it's benefiting me. There's no pain, no gain shit. He's talking about paying for us.
Yeah.
As 90% of the fucking country, and gain for the fucking 10% of the rich people. That's where the gain goes. The pain goes to us. Jack Daniels is being put on Canada.
Yeah.
Who lives in Tennessee? Not Mexicans.
Yeah.
It's mostly like people that are white and people that want to keep their job.
Yeah, they all look like me, but
they're firing a lot of people. Those people are probably not going to be hitting up their local Walmart and Target, big supporters of Trump. They're not going to be doing that because now they got to save a little money.
That's going to have a shockwave effect.
It's going to be a fucking shockwave effect. All those people money doesn't keep spinning if there's no money.
Yeah.
So, and that's directly from some shit that Trump did. Why would Canada be our homies if we're actually fucking threatening them for some shit? They're like, okay, we're cutting you off. It's not like they need us. It'd be nice if we were all friends, but Trump doesn't work that way. So now the American people are paying for it. He's not.
No, he's never going to pay for anything that he's done. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Trump walks through raindrops somehow, and I think it's because he's the actual Antichrist. He keeps getting away with anything he wants. And there's even websites dedicated to him ticking all the boxes of what the Antichrist is.
That's too much power for him, but I guess
it's unchecked power. And it was like Elon Musk complaining the other day about one of the judges shot down some ruling that Trump had made, and Elon Musk said, well, if a judge can do this is tyranny. And everyone in the comments is like, no, dickhead. Tyranny is what Trump is doing. The unchecked power is what Trump is doing.
Yeah.
What the judge is doing is democracy.
You start taxing outside help and help that goes back and forth. The help that goes back and forth is going to stop. We're going to be isolated because who wants to deal with that? If you and I used say you and I used to trade things. Like I give you a mug and you're like, oh, I have a painting. And I'm like, you know what,
Yeah.
Matthew? Your paintings ain't shit now. I need two paintings for I need two paintings for every mug.
People have said that to me before, by the way.
I was
Your
quoting
paintings
it.
ain't shit now.
I was quoting that. So now you're like, guess what, bitch? Now I also need two of your mugs for,
Yeah.
fine.
This dog's playing poker painting is bullshit,
and,
man.
And that'll make us even, right? Like we're both doing that. But the people that are working for making this mug, they're not getting anything from it.
No,
they're not getting two paintings. They just have to work harder and faster to create these two mugs. That now all of a sudden I started this business with you. That now you're like, you know what? Fuck this guy. He's not stable. You're like, you find another
person
like
my paintings.
He doesn't even like my paintings. He said he doesn't need them, but yet he always trades. Right now, you find somebody else that makes mugs for cheaper, and you're happy with that relationship. I'm fucked now. That's what he's doing. So easy to see, but I don't know.
His supporters keep saying like the tariffs will make things more likely that people will want to build in America and build companies in America. Motherfuckers, what do you think they're going to do? Spend billions of dollars building infrastructure here to make things here, or just charge the consumer more?
Yeah.
What? Of course, they're just going to charge us more.
Yeah, and imagine that was some sort of plan about like maybe making us better, which I don't see. But let's imagine it was starting off like that at 25%.
Yeah,
it's fucking high for any type of deal. You would increase it by 1, 2, see how that shit's going. 3.
Yeah.
When it gets to 10, you're like, you know what? This doesn't work for me. This doesn't work for my people. Let's bring it back down. So obviously, there's a fucking plan that he's up to here, which is not saving us, which is not helping us.
Yeah,
it's only helping the rich again. The same shit.
It's a classic Trump tactic where he shoots for the moon and then takes a lesser amount. So like he'll go to a meeting or something and he's like, I want you to pay me $3 billion for this building. I'm like, that building ain't worth shit. I'm not giving you that much. I want $3 billion.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'll give you 10 million. I want $1 billion for it. Like, we'll give you $20 million. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, I worked on the best deal. Worked on the best deal ever. Best deal of my life.
Best businessman. Yeah. Art of the deal.
How many times did he go bankrupt? 6?
6 times.
Best.
Casinos where people literally are just throwing money in the garbage of the casino. Like, take it. I don't want it anymore. Right. It's your money now. And he bankrupted casinos.
We could go glass half full here. Like, well, 6 times. I'm sure he learned something in those 6. It doesn't seem like it.
No, he hasn't learned shit.
It doesn't seem like he learned anything. America's not a fucking business like that, dude. We're supposed to work together with a lot of people in order to be better. We can't do good in isolation. Nobody can.
Yeah,
we're gonna get fucked, and a lot of other people are gonna get fucked. And I think it makes sense that other countries are being like, you know what, fuck this fool. He's too unstable. He's not reasonable. He just says shit like a fucking parrot, like right, and it just fucking keeps on going with bullshit. Like, all right.
Yeah, I dare anyone to look at a transcript of any interview that Trump has done and try to follow what he's saying, like an actual like word for word transcript, and see if he makes one logical point, because he never does.
He doesn't. And then everything that I'm sure I'm sure everybody that's made it this far probably thinks similar to us. But if there's another person out there that still not convinced,
there isn't.
Like, like, why is he so always like aggressive? Like, why is he always hating somebody? He's never like, hey, he's never just
he likes people as long as they like him.
Yeah, I guess.
He likes people as long as they're building him up.
Yeah. And every time he speaks, to keep an eye on this shit too, he could learn something brand new this morning. Maybe about these mites, right? And he read trans, and that's all it took. So he's like, I've been saying these studies about these transgender mites. I've been saying it for years. They're wasting money on that. No, he hasn't said it for years. He said it once right now in this interview.
Yeah, people are saying. A lot of people are saying.
Nobody's fucking saying. Nobody. He doesn't know anybody. He that's been saying it he hasn't been saying it. He just said it now, and they're like, "Oh, really?" You know.
It goes back to his old mentor, Roy Cohn, who Roy Cohn was just a scumbag son of a bitch. But always deny and attack. Never admit defeat. Attack, attack, attack. Yeah. That guy was his mentor. That's who made him who he is today. They just did a movie about The Apprentice. But yeah, it just goes back to that. He will never admit defeat. Even if he's laying in a gutter, like with a torn suit on and like eating out of the trash, he will say he's the best businessman. He'll never admit to anything like that.
Yeah, and if he's a good businessman, he's trying. I mean, I don't even know. Like you said, there's so much fucking thing that he spreads at the same time that it's hard to keep up which ones pass, which ones are even able to pass. But that one that he was trying to pass that was going to make it legal for U.S. officials to bribe other officials.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that. There's so much stuff I didn't even hear about it.
That's not a crime. He's signed some shit about that. I find that suspicious. If other people that support him find that very nice, like a very well-rounded move to like fucking carry on with, it just doesn't make any sense if you're doing shit the right way. You're gonna bribing is not illegal anymore.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Opinions in the White House are not allowed anymore, but bribery is.
Yeah. If any, I hope if anything positive comes out of this, that's people who are hurt by this change their mind about things and try to change things around. I'm not hopeful about it, but it's just so exhausting, man.
Yeah. And I think, if you feel the other way, it's fine, but you should look at it maybe because I think people got played, and they got played by somebody that knows what they're doing, not exactly Trump, but like others, like a big group of people, which I really do blame Joe Rogan in a big way about the way that he flipped and manipulated people while saying that his little media is like underdog and somebody else above him is trying to take over and he's fighting against it, which is the opposite. He is the big media trying to take over, and a really good job. He did a great job by pretending he's underdog and actually being the biggest media while pretending he's underrated, whatever,
Well, he's not Midas touch took over, hit the top spot. He's no longer.
I don't listen to him. I couldn't do it. I did try.
Yeah.
But all the bullshit that he says.
It's so disappointing.
Anybody could tell him anything and he'll go with it. Like if somebody were to go to a show and be like, a buddy of mine, like a big burly dude, very buff guy.
The biggest guy.
Biggest guy I know. A good buddy of mine, known him for years.
Strongest guy, tears in his eyes.
I've been hunting with him. He went to get his prostate checked, and they used 2 fingers, but the way that they rotated the fingers in a 45-degree angle actually makes the cell secrete this thing that goes into your brain and turns you gay. Yeah. And then Joe Rogan will not even question it. Huh, interesting. What are doctors
fascinating.
Saying? What are doctors saying about this? Because I felt a little gayer the last time I went to get checked, but
and by the time Jamie checks it, and it's like, actually, that's not true. He's like, oh, really? Oh, no. Anyways, what people are saying.
Not that. Hey, Jamie, check it out. Look it up. I don't see it. It's not there anymore. They must have taken it down already.
They must have taken it down.
It was there this morning. Because, my doctor friend of mine, he told me eating bull testicles actually promotes not being gay or something, And then he never fucking fact checks anything.
Oh, he was talking about the kitty litter boxes in the classrooms and stuff for furries.
He doesn't know that he has all these listeners. He didn't appoint himself to be like the president like Trump did, but he's a little something that I should probably think about it. And then when it comes back to him, he says this shit that you were saying. Hey, I'm just a comedian, right? Nobody listens to me.
Don't listen to me. I'm just an idiot.
Meanwhile, everything he says, he speaks it as a fact.
It's already out there.
And he spits it like it's fucking true.
Yeah.
He never tells you, I don't know, but this is what I think. He's like, he just says it. And then if it goes, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's not cool.
Well, if you think we're totally off the mark and have a different opinion and want to leave a comment and tell me what we're wrong about, please be my guest. I'd be happy to talk with you about it if we're off the mark about it.
I'd be actually even happy to see it the other way, dude. I think my life would be a little easier. You know, if somebody turned me.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Maybe you'll get me to change. I'll see me with the MAGA hat on next time.
Change me.
Change me. Change me, Lord.
Please.
Why you make me like this?
Why do I have to be logical?
Yeah, if anyone made it this far, thanks for listening. It's I think we just had to both get stuff off of our chest and get some frustration out.
Yeah. And everything that we said, it's a fact. If you want to come after me, I'm just a comedian.
Yeah, I'm just a comedian.
I'm just a guy.
I'm just a guy. We're just saying things, you know. I'm just an idiot. Don't listen to me.
Don't listen to me. Our 14 million followers.
Shit.
Jamie, pull up how many followers we have.
Oh shit, none.
None. You lost 3.
They must have taken down the figures where it said we had a bunch.
They took it down. Trump took it down.
Shoot. Well, anyways. All right. Now I got to go watch Peanuts cartoons to get ready for the next show.
That was a scary episode, dude.
That was so scary. This will be a least viewed episode ever. I don't give a shit.
It should be good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, check out, leave a like, leave a comment, send me an email, macabrecastshow@gmail.com. If you have any ghost stories, send me a ghost story. And I'll be on Frank Welker Live tonight. Not by the time this goes out, because I got to edit a bunch of shit, but I got to add in the list of pedophile GOP people.
Yeah, it's gonna take.
It's gonna take a long time, trust me. But
they're all straight, right?
They're straight as an arrow, folks. But yeah, we'll be on next time. We'll have a regular show of like spooky shit, whatever, monsters and UFOs.
Probably,
I don't know.
Probably at night.
If the world has exploded by then.
Yeah.
But all right, thanks everybody.